All right, peace, love, and blessings, fam. Johnny Sally here, Loyalty Life Legacy Life Coach. Newfound insight towards my ancestral line and a journey that I just took 7 days ago. There is a medicinal plant that is called Ayahuasca that is actually two other plants that are combined. One is a acai seed and the other is a root that is mostly known as age. I may not be pronouncing it right. Age, A-G-E. And when these two are combined, it actually allows us to reconnect with our true self, our true being. So, there's other videos that can explain a lot better than I can, being that I've just taken a step on this shamanic journey, because I'm being led by my ancestors to be a major proponent in regard to healing, spiritual healing, specifically in areas of past trauma, whether it be past manifest life trauma, past karmic trauma from previous lives, and also mental health healing. So, let's get to the meat of this, or the veggie in this. Now, 7 days ago, I took my first journey. I had been linked up with a shaman brother, and after expressing my want to further my spiritual growth and us discussing ayahuasca, peyote, DMT, which is dimethyltryptamine, which we naturally produce, but our pineal glands have been calcified by the things that we eat, the types of water that we drink that is unalkaline, and we have to be able to get back in touch with our roots by, first off, purifying our temple. Now, Mother Aya allows us a way to purify our temple, and that is through going through your own personal journey. Most will tell you that you need to have a shaman with you in order to guide you properly to heal in the best manner. I'm not here to tell any individual how they should go about it. I'm just here to tell you about my journey. I was directed in what was necessarily needed to be done in order to partake of the Aya and begin my journey. So, I did all the necessary things that I was informed of, and it took a minute to kick in. And once it did, I felt this unimaginable love, this feeling of interconnectedness, and it continued to grow. It was almost as if a small tree had been dropped inside of me. And I mean, as though the seed was still intact, but the tree had already begun to grow. And it grew faster and faster and faster until it overtook me. Now, my room was completely dark. And as the room was completely dark, I expected not to be able to see anything. And I found myself at a pretty perplexed state when I moved my hand in front of my face and I saw it. And I realized that my eyes were closed. So I said, I'm going to open my eyes and see what happens. And I saw the same thing. Mother Aya then began to take me down a road that was introductory to myself and to Mother Aya. I, at that moment, became completely one with the universe, meaning that I myself, Johnny Sally, Gator, I ceased to exist from the aspect of being a physical being inside of a body. It was as if my spirit had ventured back home. And the feeling was so... It's hard to put it into words. I honestly felt as if I was swimming in pure existence. So at one point I got stuck in that. I literally got stuck in the joy. And I had to bring myself back and allow Mother Aya to continue to allow me to travel on my journey. Bro, I swear to you, at one point, for those of you that like Dragon Ball Z, right? I felt as though I could fly. So I'm like, let me test this theory. And as I'm getting ready to prepare to fly, I say, no, you know what? Let's see how much energy I can channel. And you know, you remember on The Last Dragon, right? When Bruce Leroy gets to... I felt myself doing that. So I became one with my emotions. I became one with my energy. As I was channeling my energy, I proceeded to do a Kamehameha. But it was as though my energy did not want to be released. And as hard as I was trying, my energy was staying right here because it needed to stay within. And at that point in time, I'm attempting to do the Kamehameha. I grab my head and I'm like, what the f is going on? While also hugging myself and telling myself that I love you. Everything is perfect. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Now keep in mind, I'm holding my head, I'm hugging myself. I then grab my feet, all while still being in the state of Goku, preparing to do a Kamehameha. And it was at that point I realized this is what God is. This is what God feels like. So many different emotions, so many different thoughts, so many actions all taking place at one time. So I revolved around this for a nice little period of time. And there was so much that went on to where I felt the energy, the mindset of other individuals in my life. I understood what they were going through. I understood the choices and decisions they choose to make. Whether it makes sense or not, whether I agreed with it or not, I now understood. My God kept telling me before I began, take your time. I understood fully what he meant now. Take my time that I have created, being the truest essence of the universe. Time is a figment of our imagination, and we use time only for the sake of pinpointing situations in life. So with accepting that, I knew that taking my time meant that my journey was my journey, and at any given second, I can choose to come back to reality that I know of, to be able to reevaluate what I had just gone through. Now, because I'm not verified yet, I only got 15 minutes, so I'm coming up on the 10-minute mark. So I'm finna run through these next 5 minutes pretty quick. Keep up with me. So, I come up out of my room, right? I turn the light on. I open the door. I begin to see myself remanifest as I'm stepping out of the door. I go to the bathroom. As I'm going to the bathroom, I feel what is called the purge coming on. And I realize, bro, you're not going to make it back to the bathroom. So I try to shake back to the room and get ready to head back to the room, and my purge begins. I'll save all the gory details. I go to the toilet, and the bathroom turns completely white, just like in the Matrix when Neo was in the control room. And it was as if I was sitting at the controls, and it was now time for me to begin to take back the controls of this vehicle. And as I begin to purge and release the negatives, I felt Mother Aya say, now you know what it feels like. I'll give you a quick second again. And I felt everything as if from every individual in existence come over me. And I almost felt a wave as I came back into realization of what was taking place. And all I could say is, why? Why would we create the existence that we live in? We all collectively, as one, decided to separate for the sake of experiencing. Now, in experiencing, you choose what you want to experience. What I experienced that night after that point was going outside and seeing the world reconstruct, so that my reality was not misshapen in now understanding my path and how I'm supposed to help others heal through healing myself and understanding myself to be able to understand others to heal them. It sounds circular, but that's all life really is. Life is circular. Life is cyclical. Life is seasonal. And we are all operating and walking through different seasons. Yo, I swear to you, my first journey was awesome. I'm preparing to take my second journey. Now, again, this isn't for the faint of heart. And I was blessed by another shaman and the ancestors to take this step by myself, because I know intuitively in my being that I am a shaman. I was a shaman. I will be a shaman in every state of existence. So I take it humbly and with pride that I'm able to take these steps. So this is just the first video I'm doing on this for you guys, because in our communities, it's not a lot of talk as far as being from the hood or from underprivileged communities. In the more elevated arenas, this is nothing new. And I want you all to know that it's nothing new. It's nothing new to want to change. It's nothing new to want to deal with yourself. It's nothing new to want to know yourself. It's nothing new to want to help others. But what is new is accepting the fact that we all deal with mental health every day. We all deal with mental health issues. And now it is time for a change. And I want you to know that you are loved and you must love yourself. And you should take every day one step at a time. So again, it was a lot more to it. Maybe I'll do another video later on or after I come off this journey. But yeah, know that you are loved. Love yourself. Walk in peace. Know that God loves you. The universe loves you. And all things in existence that have been, that will be, and that are now are a part of you. And you should understand that and love yourself and operate in the fashion of knowing that you are perfect just the way you are. Peace.